Today's question comes up from one of our newest members. I guess everyone had that feeling that they are overwhelmed by all the new stuff they have to practice in CrossFit. So the question for our 15-minute AMRAP is, as a beginner, I feel overwhelmed by all the new things I have to learn. What must I do to start feeling better and, keep showing up?
I think this is a common feeling. For sure, everybody has felt this in a way. So, to the one that are feeling this, the new guys in the gym, you're not alone. Everybody feels it, and it's normal. But the good news is it's just temporary, and it's normal because you're walking into a CrossFit gym, and you're overwhelmed because you're looking in the room, and everybody seems to know what they're doing. There are all these new terms. The tempo from section to sections goes fast. Everybody knows where to go, where to pick the rower, where to grab the bands. Everybody knows where the material is. Everybody seems to directly understand what's expected of them. Well, it wasn't always like that. They were where you were, and it's normal. We also anticipate that, but over time, the more trainings you do, this feeling is gonna pass. So we're gonna try to keep this in 15 minutes. So today, talk a bit about this feeling, what you can do with this feeling. Maybe some of you feel exhausted just trying to understand the explanation of the workout, but it will pass. And so let's go over a little bit why everything feels so overwhelming. At first, it's simple. CrossFit has quite a learning curve to it. You're going to be doing moves that you never did before. You're going to be hearing terms that you never heard before, like watt and RX and rounds and scaled and EMOM and AMRAP, and you're going to get exposed to maybe moves you never did, like gymnastic moves or Olympic weightlifting moves. It's a lot to digest. So don't put the pressure on yourself stepping in with the idea that you should know everything. You shouldn't know everything. You're into the learning process of getting to know everything. So don't stress about it. The coach knows that you're new, and he's anticipating that he's going to have to explain you some things in the beginning. It's part of the process. So don't make the mistake thinking, I need to know everything from the start. I need to know every move. I need to know where everything is. It's normal. Give it some time. The things in CrossFit, it's not. You're gonna not catch everything in 1 week. It's not even gonna catch everything in 1 month. It's a process. It's gonna take a little bit, and as time goes on, you're gonna get more and more comfortable with the feeling of being in a CrossFit gym, because no matter what gym you will walk in, it's gonna be a little bit weird. Everybody there knows everybody, and you're the new guy. You don't know anybody. It's gonna feel a bit awkward. No matter we're adults and how old we get, it's normal to feel that.
Yeah, but usually in a CrossFit gym, people are much more friendlier. That's the upside of it. Whenever I go and visit a gym, sometimes a local client always asks me where I'm from, besides the coach. So they always are curious about the new people. They will not be ignored.
I think that's the upside of the concept. You're training in a group, so automatically it becomes already more interactive than stepping into a commercial gym by yourself and everybody with the headsets in. So yeah, it will be easier than stepping into any other gym. I think we talked about also in other podcast, what also creates the stress with the beginner and the overwhelming feeling is that comparing yourself directly from day one or the week one with the people you see around you in the room. You see somebody lifting heavier, you see somebody moving faster. They seem to move with minimum guidance of the coach, so you're looking at that and you're thinking, is it me? Like, am I not catching something? It's dangerous. You don't know how long they've been doing this. You don't know what their background is in training history in general. So it's very dangerous to compare yourself with others.
Even if they don't look so sporty, right?
For sure, even if they don't look so sporty, it's how the body looks doesn't mean that that person doesn't have fitness, doesn't have strength, doesn't have cardio. It's more of a kitchen problem, food related problem, how the body composition is. So don't judge a book by its cover, especially not in a CrossFit gym. Just accept that some people are farther on the road of the CrossFit journey than you, and you will get there also with consistent training. Some things to focus on, and that should, if you get these things in your head, it should help with taking a little bit of the stress away. In the beginning, the thing you need to worry about is not how heavy you lift, not how fast you move. Just focus on learning to move well. Squat with good technique. Don't worry about squatting heavy. Listen to the coach's cue. Try to make the adjustments according to what he says. Feel your body, feel the move, and get accustomed to all the exercises, which there are many. So just try to do everything with good movement, and speed and weight will come later. At the end of the hour, we'll have a Metcon part, the cardio part of CrossFit. The important part for you as a beginner is to pace yourself. And with pacing, I mean you work at your own tempo. If you will, for example, go very fast in the first 2 minutes, you're going to spike your heart rate. And it's going to be very hard to get it back down. So from the start, on the Metcon, on the cardio parts, have in mind, easy does it. Go at a medium tempo till at least half or over halfway of the workout. If then you think you still have energy, you can speed up. But don't make the mistake to follow somebody next to you and go fast from the first 2 to 5 minutes. Because if you blow yourself up, that's going to be a survival mode till the end. And none of the days, especially in the beginning, you should walk out here destroyed. You should walk out here with a little bit left in the tank. The only way to get to that point is to pace yourself in the beginning of the cardio part. Don't start too hard, even if sometimes, as we jokingly say before the clock goes off, the one that wins the first round wins the Metcon. It's just a joke. Pace yourself. The Metcon part shouldn't be a death race. So you're going to learn what your tempo is by just doing it more often. But for sure, in the beginning, you're not used to it. Go slower than you think you should. You can always speed up. If it's a 20-minute AMRAP, you can always speed up in the last 5 to 7 minutes if there is still energy left. And another thing, ask questions. The coaches are there to guide you through anything that is not clear. They're there to help you adjust the workout, because the workout on the board is just the main idea, but now the coach's job is to find an appropriate version of whatever it's on the board for anybody that's in the room. And especially you as a beginner, maybe it means you're going to do a little bit less volume, or maybe some exercises will be changed. So as you get more experienced, you will start getting closer and closer to doing exactly how it's written on the board. But in the beginning, if something is unclear, if a movement feels hard, or if maybe something hurts while you're doing a move, or it feels uncomfortable, speak up. The more you communicate with our coaches, the easier it is for them to help you get to the best variation of the workout of that day. So the more info I get, the easier it is for me to find changes, potential changes. That also means that if you have a baby and you only slept 3 hours last night, I should know about it. Because in that case, you can train, of course, but you should overpace yourself. It should just be about movement today, not about any intensity. So give us the info, and then we will be able to adjust the things accordingly for your fitness level at the moment. And also, this goes back into comparing. Us adjusting the workout is part of the process. It's not to hold you back. It's not like, I'm the only one here that gets adjusted and everybody else does the harder version. It's part of the process. It's not supposed to be super hard at the beginning. You're supposed to get frequency in the beginning. So show up regularly. And with regularly, I would say I would aim for 3 times a week. So you get regular exposure to this type of training. And then over time, we can make it harder as your body adjusts. If we're going to give you exactly what everybody else is doing on day one, you might overdo it. You're going to be a lot of muscle pain, and you're going to have a hard time coming 3 times a week because you weren't recovered yet from the last session. So it's not a downgrade. It's adjusting the workout to appropriately for your current fitness level. Your fitness level goes up if we slowly put more stress on each workout, but not on day one. Over a period of months, we go from adjusted and then slowly closer and closer to what's written on the board. It's to have a natural ramp up to your fitness and not a very abrupt one. So you're in the beginning phases. It's not supposed to be super hard in the beginning. Making things harder is easy. We just make it appropriate on day one, and then we ramp up from there. We're already at 12 minutes. So let's see what I still want to go over. So now, with all the things that I already told you, forget about RX weights. What are RX weights is the workout is exactly written how it's on the board with the weights and the difficulty level of every exercise and the exact volume. So forget about RX weights, forget about leaderboards, that's where all the scores are, and to see who was fastest, who lifted heaviest. Forget who finished first, forget who looks fit. In the beginning, what matters is to move well, to communicate with the coach, and to pace yourself in the workouts. And to accept overall that you're in the beginner phase, and with the beginner phase, what comes with that is that indeed a lot of things still need to be learned, and you might be a little bit confused, especially in those first trainings, but the more you will do it, the structure comes back, the exercises come back, it's going to make more and more sense. And we've also had that discussion that CrossFit is coming from America, so all the terms are in English. They just don't make any sense in Romanian. So we thought about it, how it sounds, and to our native Romanian speakers, some of the terms they don't even find the word for. So it's something that you're going to have to get used to terms like squat, deadlift, snatch, push, press, push, jerk. All these terms, eventually they're going to make sense, because after hearing them and doing them 3-4 times, it's going to start making more and more sense. Another thing that happens to a lot of to our beginners, and that I want to cover just shortly, is that sometimes you have the feeling that you're ending a Metcon and you feel like completely exhausted, and you're thinking, damn, I must be very out of shape. It might not always be that. It could be that you just started too fast, like when I talked about pacing, and that you basically spiked your heart rate after 5 minutes to 170 and then just stayed into that pain cave zone for the next 15 minutes. You made the workout very hard because you started too hard, and that's why you're exhausted after. But another thing that it could also be is that you just didn't fuel yourself. So keep in mind that to do a workout with lifting and Metcon, you're going to need to get some fast digesting carbs in, a banana, some orange juice, rice cake, stuff like that. So make sure you're fueled, because otherwise it's like trying to do a drag race with the Ferrari, but you don't put fuel in it, but you expect that the Ferrari is going to reach 250 an hour. It's the same for us. So keep that in mind. And in the case that you didn't manage to eat, you're going to have to adjust a little bit the intensity of your workout on that point, because if on an empty stomach you're going to be pushing hard, then I can tell you in advance you're going to end the workout with the feeling that you're completely drained. So in the worst case scenario, that you didn't have time, or you weren't prepared, or you didn't put that banana in your backpack, that's usually what I do, to have like a plan B there, just in case, even also good for after the workout. If you don't have that, but you still ended up in training and you didn't eat in the last 5 hours, slow down the training. You will get to a point where all the sugars are burnt and you're going to feel weak. So accept that you weren't prepared and just adjust the training. So to wrap this up, we're at 15 minutes now. Stay consistent for 3 months, and then the movements will start going to make sense. All of them. They're going to start making sense. Your confidence will go up. Workouts will stop feeling scary, but they will start feeling familiar because you've been through similar workouts in the past, or at least the movements. You will have done, after 3 months, you will have done a lot of Metcons, so the cardio part where you're like, it hurts, it's uncomfortable, but I can keep going. I've been here before, so the workouts won't be so scary anymore. And you will also stop having the feeling that when you're looking around that you're the newbie and that everybody's ahead of you and they understand everything. No, you probably will have newbies next to you now. So I'm always hoping and encouraging people to remind where they were on day one. So then when they come to that point after 3 to 6 months where they're not the newbie anymore, and the newbies next to them, that you give them a little bit of guidance and you set them at ease and you remind them of the terms and you remind them where the bands are to do the warm-up. So now, to pass it on, pass it forward, as they say.
Yeah, that's the way. To have somebody, like ideally to have a friend who can come with you and who can or be a friend or become a friend.
Yeah, become a friend. Have the empathy to remember. It was not so long ago. I was where you were
in
right
the same
now,
spot, yeah.
And I remember those feelings. So I'm gonna set you at ease a bit.
That's it for today. Thanks for listening. Share this with a friend that has the same struggle, and talk to you soon.